Do you think forgetting things comes naturally with age? I thought so too, until I discovered this 60-second trick that has a group of forgetful grandparents thinking more clearly than many 30-somethings. Hi, I'm Dr. Carol Smith, a neurologist with over 30 years helping seniors keep their minds clear, strong and active, no matter how many candles their birthday cake has. And let me ask you, have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you did it, or gone blank looking for the name of someone you've known for years? Have you felt that the words are in your head, but you can't get them out clearly? You're not alone. Every day I hear similar stories in my office. For a long time I believed that these forgetfulness was simply part of aging, until I began to observe something different. People in their 70s, 80s, and even 90s who not only retained a snappy memory, but also moved confidently, expressed themselves clearly, and recalled details of their childhood as if they had happened yesterday. The difference was not a miracle pill or an expensive therapy. It was a little routine. A set of simple movements that awaken areas of the brain that we normally let sleep. Movements that anyone can do sitting in their chair, effortlessly, without risks and without special equipment. You don't even need to get up. In this video I'm going to show you that routine. 5 short exercises that activate the most important areas of the brain, such as memory, concentration, balance, and mental clarity. And if you stick around until the end, you'll learn how to combine them all into a powerful sequence that takes exactly 1 minute a day. 1 minute. That's all. But it's a minute that can bring you back 20 years of mental youth. Because it's never too late to wake up your mind. Most people believe that memory loss begins suddenly, as if one day they simply wake up and realize that they no longer remember names, dates, or everyday tasks. But the truth is that mental deterioration is silent, progressive, and often goes unnoticed until it has already advanced too much. It all starts with small signs. You have a hard time finding a word. You forget why you entered a room. You find it difficult to follow a long conversation, or you feel that you no longer think with the same agility as before. Maybe you chalk it up to stress, tiredness, or not sleeping well, but it's actually your brain sending signals of fatigue. Over time, without adequate stimulation, certain areas of the brain begin to disconnect. The hippocampus, responsible for memory, slows down. The cerebellum loses its coordination and balance function, and circulation to the brain gradually decreases. It is like a plant that stops receiving water. It doesn't die right away, but it starts to wither from within. The good news is that just as a plant can rebloom with the right watering, the brain can also be reactivated. It just needs a specific and constant stimulus. And we're not talking about hours of training or complex techniques. Just 1 minute a day. Exercise 1 toe movement. It may seem strange to start with your feet when talking about improving memory, but this exercise has a powerful neurological basis. The toes are directly connected to the cerebellum, the part of the brain responsible for balance, coordination, and also cognitive functions such as attention. By moving them consciously, neural pathways that have been dormant for years are awakened. It's like flipping on a forgotten switch. And the results, while they may seem incredible, have been proven by science as well as by real people. One of them is Don Ramon Garcia, a 75-year-old man who lives in Madrid. When he arrived at my office, he had difficulty going up and down stairs. He staggered when walking and avoided going out alone for fear of falling. His legs weren't weak, but his brain had lost connection with his body. I proposed a very simple exercise. Move your toes every day for 1 minute. At first he laughed. Will wiggling my toes help me with memory? He asked me. But he agreed to try. The exercise consists of sitting in a comfortable chair, lifting the toes of both feet at the same time and holding them up for 5 seconds. Then lower them and press hard against the ground for another 5 seconds. Then, massage the floor with your fingertips for 10 seconds. More. And finally, open and close your fingers for an additional 10 seconds. In total, 30 seconds. If repeated twice, the minute is completed. After 15 days, Don Ramon returned and gave me a doctor. Now I walk more firmly. I don't need to lean on myself as much anymore. And the funniest thing is that I feel my mind clearer, as if there is more light inside me. A study conducted by the University of Tokyo confirmed what Don Ramon experienced. Older people who practiced this exercise for 3 weeks significantly improved their balance, coordination, and also their memory compared to those who did not. It's a simple movement, but profound. You don't need a gym, or special clothes, or physical exertion. You only need a couple of minutes. And your feet. Because sometimes reactivating your mind starts from the ground. Exercise 2. Gentle neck movement. The second exercise is one of the most important because it acts on a problem that often goes unnoticed. Poor circulation to the brain. When blood doesn't flow properly, the oxygen and nutrients your brain needs don't arrive in sufficient amounts. And what is the result? A slower, cloudier, less alert mind. What few people know is that the neck functions as a crucial bridge between the body and the brain. If that bridge becomes tight or hardened by stress, poor posture or lack of movement, the blood flow narrows. It's like bending a hose. The water stops flowing normally with this exercise. It is designed precisely to free that bridge. It is performed sitting with your back straight and your shoulders relaxed. Just slowly turn your head to the right as far as you feel comfortable and without straining. Then go back to the center and do the same thing to the left. Then you look up as if you wanted to see the sky and stay there for a few seconds. Finally, lower your head gently, bringing your chin closer to your chest. All this done calmly and attentively. It takes only 30 seconds. If you do it twice a day, you'll be giving your brain a full minute of renewed circulation. And the benefits are not long in coming. Better mental clarity, less feeling of heaviness and greater acuity to think and remember. It's a simple move, yes. But when you do it consciously, it becomes a powerful tool to unlock your mind. Exercise 3. Conscious tongue movement. This third exercise is undoubtedly one of the most surprising. And although it may seem strange at first, its effects have been documented in scientific studies and proven in clinical practice. It involves moving the tongue in a specific way to activate brain areas related to language, verbal memory, and mental agility. Why does it work? Because the tongue is full of nerve endings connected directly to the brain. Every conscious movement of the tongue sends intense signals to the area that regulates speech, comprehension, and recall. It is like an internal massage that awakens sleeping areas. The exercise is simple, but it must be done carefully. Sitting down with your back straight and your mouth slightly open, stick your tongue out as much as you can and stay that way for a few seconds. Then it is brought to the right side, as if you wanted to touch the cheek, and then to the left side. Next, press your tongue against the roof of your mouth for a few seconds, alternating between pressure and relaxation. And finally, the tongue is rotated in circles inside the mouth, first in one direction and then in the other. In total, this whole movement takes approximately 30 seconds. If repeated twice, the minute is completed. This exercise is especially useful for those who feel that lately their words get tangled, that they can't find the right terms when speaking, or that they forget names, dates, and important details. Also for those who feel that they have ideas in their heads but cannot express them clearly. It is not a mystical technique or a baseless trick. It is basic neurostimulation. Moving the tongue in this way improves articulation, fluency of thought, and retrieval of memories. And most importantly, you can do it right now, wherever you are. You don't need any equipment, just your attention and your desire to awaken your mind. Exercise 4. Ear massage. This exercise may seem strange at first, but its impact is profound. Very few people know that the ears are not only used for hearing, but that inside them is one of the most important systems for balance, orientation, and alertness of the body. Beyond that, the ears are directly connected to a central part of the brain that regulates our physical and mental stability, the brainstem. When this area is stimulated correctly, visible changes occur. Coordination improves, dizziness decreases, hearing is sharpened, and, most interestingly, the mind becomes clearer. What seemed clumsy when walking or mental fatigue often has its origin in the disconnection of this area. And the solution can be as simple as a gentle massage in the ears. The exercise consists of sitting relaxed and holding both ears with your hands. First, gently pull them upwards and hold the position for a few seconds. Then repeat the movement sideways, also gently, and then downwards. Finally, they are massaged in small circular motions, as if a circle is being drawn with your fingers around them. This simple gesture activates the balance receptors, improves circulation throughout the area, and generates an immediate feeling of relief. In just 30 seconds you can feel how your ears warm up, your face relaxes, and your mind begins to clear. Doing it twice a day enhances its effects. There is nothing mystical or improvised about it. Medical studies have shown that this practice significantly improves the function of the vestibular system and auditory processing, two essential factors to prevent falls, sensory disconnection, and mental confusion in older people. If you've ever felt like you're losing your balance when you get up, walking a little crooked without realizing it, or that you need to hold on to something to feel safe, this exercise is for you. But even if you don't have obvious symptoms, doing so preventively strengthens the communication channels between your body and your brain. Exercise 5. Integrated 1-minute routine. This last exercise is undoubtedly the most powerful. And the best part is that you don't have to do everything separately. You can combine all 5 exercises into a single, simple, practical, and very effective sequence that lasts exactly 1 minute a day. This combination works as if you were conducting an orchestra. You can have great musicians playing separately, but when they all play together, the music is transformed. This is also how the brain works. When several zones are activated at the same time, the connection between them is strengthened, circulation improves, and the mind is fully ignited. I want to tell you about the case of Mrs. Carmen Lopez, an 80-year-old woman who lives in Seville. When he first arrived, his memory was very deteriorated. He spoke slowly, staggered as he walked, couldn't find the words, and his neck could barely move. I had all the symptoms at once. She looked at me with some suspicion and doctored. Do I really have to do all that? It sounds very complicated to me, and I understand it. 5 different exercises can seem overwhelming. But when I showed her that she could integrate them all in a single minute, sitting comfortably and effortlessly, something in her expression changed. He started with doubts, but decided to give it a try. I showed him the routine step by step. Sitting. He began by moving his toes up and down while slowly turning his neck from side to side. He then opened and closed his toes while moving his neck up and down. Then he stuck out his tongue while gently stretching his ears upwards. He moved his tongue from side to side while stretching his ears to the sides. He pressed his tongue against the roof of his mouth while pulling his ears down. And finally, he turned his tongue inside his mouth while massaging the ears in circular motions. All gently, unhurriedly, just for a minute. 3 weeks later, she returned to the office. He walked in, speaking clearly, with a smile I hadn't seen him before. "My doctor, you won't believe it. Yesterday I remembered the phone number of a friend I hadn't seen for 20 years. And that's the power to activate your whole brain at once. Because when it is fully stimulated, the body responds, the memory lights up and life feels clearer." 3 secrets to boost results. Now that you know the 5 exercises and how to integrate them into a 1-minute routine, I want to share with you 3 secrets that can make the results come even faster and feel more intense. The first secret is something very simple. Drink a glass of water before starting. Maybe you didn't know it, but 80% of our brain is made up of water. When we are well hydrated, neural connections work better, circulation is optimized, and the effects of exercise are multiplied. A single glass a few minutes before can make the difference between a mild result and a profound improvement. The second secret is to breathe deeply as you perform the movements. Inhale through your nose calmly and exhale slowly through your mouth. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, reduces anxiety, and brings more oxygen to the brain. This type of breathing not only relaxes, but literally turns on areas of the brain that were turned off. It's like opening a window to let fresh air in. And the third secret is to do the routine accompanied by soft music that you like. It can be a quiet piano, a soothing guitar, or nature sounds. Music activates areas of the brain related to pleasure, motivation, and memory. Doing these exercises in a pleasant environment turns the minute into a moment of total well-being. 3 common mistakes to avoid, but just as important as what you should do is know what to avoid. There are 3 common mistakes that can slow down your progress without you even realizing it. The first is to do the exercises too quickly, as if they were just another task to be accomplished. Remember, the brain needs calm. If you rush, the effect diminishes and you might even get dizzy. The second is to force the body until you feel pain. No need. These movements are effortless. If you feel discomfort, stop. Listen to your body and treat it with kindness. And the third is the lack of consistency. Many people do it once. They feel good and then forget about it. But the brain loves repetition. If you do it every day, even if it's just for a minute, the changes add up. Your memory is strengthened, your mind is cleared, and your body is brought back into balance. Your mind is there. Today you have learned a powerful, simple and accessible routine for anyone, regardless of their age. 5 movements that awaken key areas of the brain. Toes to activate balance. The neck to improve circulation. Language to stimulate language and memory. The ears to awaken concentration and stability. And the integrated routine that brings it all together and enhances its effects. Maybe while you were doing them with me you already felt something. A tingling in the feet. A little relief in the neck. A sudden clarity in your thoughts. That's no coincidence. It's your body reacting. It's your brain. Here I am. I still can. Why not? It is not too late. It doesn't matter if you're 60, 70, 80, or older. Your mind is still alive. Your brain can still be renewed. And all it needs is for you to decide to give it a try. Just 1 minute a day. Nothing else. You don't need expensive medications, complicated routines, or empty promises. Only 2. The desire to start and the perseverance to continue. If you've made it this far, you already have something very valuable in your hands. And if you decide to use it, I assure you that in a few weeks you will notice the difference. Not only you, the people around you will see it too. They will see your energy, your confidence, your way of speaking and walking. They'll see a new version of you. If you found this information helpful, share it with anyone who needs it. With that friend who says his mind is tired. With that sister who forgets where she left her keys. Because we all deserve to age clearly and with dignity. And if you decide to start today, I want you to come back in 3 weeks and tell me how it went. I want to read in the comments what changed in you. Because your story can be someone else's hope. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving you these minutes. And remember, your brain doesn't give up.